Yo, what is good, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to be telling you guys the 5 stocks to buy nonstop for the next 45 days. If you guys want to become financially free, anything like that, this channel is for you guys, and this video is made for you guys too. One, having a long term is the best thing you can ever do. This isn't really necessarily a long term, but you can buy these stocks for the next 45 days and just hold it for 5, 10, 20 years, and you will not regret it. Trust me. With that being said, whatever happens after this 45 days is really up to you. My recommendation is just to hold it, but honestly, you're the person, you're the CEO of your portfolio. With that being said, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not here to tell you guys what to buy, hold, or sell. Please do a lot of research before putting your hard-earned money into this. I'm going to be giving you guys bullish and bearish sense, and also just tell you guys my own personal research and why I'm personally investing into these. With that being said, Robinhood and Coinbase are two good apps to use. If you use my link in the description below, you guys can get free coins and stocks. With that being said, this can start you guys on your journey. With that being said, what am I looking for? So basically, I base it on current market trends, company performance, and growth potential. I'm also going to include reasons why they might be great picks, along with bullish and bearish perspectives, and some background on each company so you guys know what each company really is, because you want to understand what you're investing in. Also, like I said before, do your own research, please. But with that being said, stock performance can be unpredictable, and this is not financial advice. With that being said, we are kind of in a downward trend a little bit, but we kind of maybe hit a bottom. So keep that in mind. First one we're going to be talking about is everybody's favorite, NVIDIA, bro. I mean, honestly, you guys are going to be watching this video and be like, oh my God, I heard about NVIDIA a lot. I mean, if you hear about it a lot, if a lot of YouTubers are talking about it, if everybody's talking about NVIDIA, why not invest into it? Because everybody's eyes is on NVIDIA. Right now, it's not really looking too good with the price range. And I mean, the GTC, it honestly just moved up and down. With that being said, NVIDIA is still going to be a great long-term stock. So what is NVIDIA? If you guys don't know, they're a leader in the semiconductor industry. And honestly, I mean, if you guys know, they made like the 3070, GPUs for computers, and then now they're kind of getting well known for their AI side, basically powering AI, gaming, and data centers. So with the ongoing AI boom, and as you guys know, we're in basically an AI race with other countries. With that being said, AI, I mean, who's gonna buy the chips? Everybody, literally, the United States, other countries, and businesses. Businesses are putting a lot of money into this. It's a 1 trillion, 2 trillion, 3 trillion market cap. People are saying by 2030 it's going to reach highs, So it was founded in 1993, in California. Market cap is 2.2 trillion as of recent estimates. The semiconductors, AI and gaming, and autonomous vehicles. And recently we've seen that they're getting into robots, and they have a deal with GM that's going to be big, because at first Tesla was the first people to come out with the robots. And guess what? Now NVIDIA is getting a piece into it. So just keep that in mind, okay? Recent highlights: the Q4 2024 revenue hit 22.1 billion, up 265% year over year, driven by data center demand. That being said, bullish side. So the AI growth, NVIDIA's dominance in AI chips positions it to benefit from increasing demand in machine learning. So basically, just imagine NVIDIA. NVIDIA is the Apple of phones, basically. Like everybody's going to go to NVIDIA because it's the best. I'm not saying like, an iPhone is the best, right? But it's just like that go-to, everybody's going to buy NVIDIA chips because it's the best. There is, competition, but AMD and Intel, come on, they're not even touching NVIDIA. With that being said, recent momentum, so positive conference updates often lead to stock surges, and NS remain very, very pumped up about this basically growth. Strong financials, so constant revenue growth and high profit margins make it a solid long-term bet. So the bear side, so keep this on your mind too. So they do have concerns, shows trading at a high price to earnings ratio. Any slowdown in growth could trigger a pullback. So with that being said, as you guys know, for every earnings, people are looking for something to blow everybody's minds, basically. And if the earnings is even if the earnings beat, the stock can still go down if it doesn't come out with something great. So this is one thing to keep in mind. With that being said, if you just look at the chart on the video, it's just consistently growing. Competition, like I said before, you got AMD, Intel are ramping up their AI chip offerings, potentially eating into NVIDIA's market share. And if you really think about it, I don't think anybody can really touch NVIDIA for a while. We do have other people. I think Amazon and another company, I think Microsoft, are going to try to make chips. But I mean, just give it some time, man. You do need NVIDIA for everything. So market volatility, I mean, you guys seen everything's dragging it down right now, but you know, NVIDIA does move pretty decently. And once it goes up to the upward trend, man, you're gonna regret not getting in. With that being said, this is just bonuses, okay? So GM, okay, before I talk about the names, so I'm going to be giving you guys a list of names of companies that is basically working with NVIDIA and has NVIDIA partnerships. The reason being is because these stocks can go up with NVIDIA, and especially if they come out with, you know, some early news saying that they're going to work with them, you can make a bunch of money. So like I said before, General Motors, GM, NVIDIA and GM are collaborating to develop next generation vehicles, factories, and robots using AI, simulation, and accelerated computing. We got quantum, I don't even know how to pronounce that one, but basically they're kind of integrating quantum computing with AI. So as you guys know, NVIDIA is getting big into quantum computing. They're making some factories for it. Quantum computing can honestly make AI way faster. So basically imagine you're in a maze, right? Your normal computer, which like normal computers, normal AI, they're going to look at each individual way out and then get you a way out, but it's going to take some time because it's going to look at each direction out of that maze. But if you use a quantum computer, it's going to analyze every single way out and then get you the answer right away. So that's kind of like in short what a quantum computer really is and what it can do. So keep that in mind. And we got some other ones too. You know, we got Microsoft, Google, Oracle. Oracle was a big one recently that, I mean, went up a lot. We got this is an overall list. So if you guys want to screenshot this, you guys can. You know, Amazon, BMW, which is insane, Cisco, you know, you got T-Mobile, some other ones. Just screenshot this one, and we'll give you guys some time to look at these, to look at the names, and then we'll get on to our next stock. So I'm not wasting too much of your time. So next one, okay, I'm not even gonna lie, man, Tesla, okay? The reason being is that if we look at the price range of Tesla, right now we're trading at around that 250 level. So if you look at it before all the hype, so basically, let's just talk about pre-election, right? So Tesla was getting pumped up, one, because of the presidency. Everybody thought that, you know, him getting in basically being best friends with Trump, it's going to bring the stock up, and it's gonna, I mean, bring the stock up, of course, but the business overall. So for, you know, autonomous driving, his robots, all of that, they thought that Trump could kind of help him out a little bit with that. With that being said, we've been seeing Tesla drop a lot, and Elon Musk, he's been getting a lot of hate. In the past, he's been getting hate. A lot of people hate on him, but this time it's been the worst. I'm not even going to lie. With that being said, we are trading at 250. I'm looking at Tesla below that $200 level and just going to hold on to it. This is a long-term sell. But with that being said, you can always dollar cost average. That's why I recommend trading with it at like, you know, for the next 45 days. With that being said, understand that if the stock goes down, I would have patience with this one just because everything that's going on. But you guys got to realize that Tesla is a great company. Okay, overall, you know, the EVs, even though, you know, I think a Chinese company just came out with a charging that charges a car in less than 5 minutes, which is like, that is incredible. That's like filling up your gas tank with gas, you know? So it is kind of insane. So, I mean, they are kind of falling behind a little bit, but if you look at, you know, Apple, just look at Apple, you know, like the phones, I'm not even going to lie, they're great. But, you know, if you look at Samsung had, you know, facial ID for the longest time. Apple finally had it recently. You know, they had Type C for the longest time. Apple finally had it recent. Like, it's like multiple things that, you know, Apple still falls behind. But guess what? People still get it. I'm not saying that with like, you know, a Tesla, but especially with all the hate. You know, if you guys see those pictures, you got panels falling off. You got people catching things on fire. Like, it is insane. But with that being said, I think this is still a great company. Just wait for it to fall down a little bit more and then just start loading up, because everybody's saying that the stock is going to be a $400, $500, $600 stock, and even $1,000 stock. $1,200 I've seen one time. So keep this one on your radar, because once it goes up, it's going to go up fast, as you guys can see with that pre-election. But with that being said, like I said before, we're trading at kind of like the pre-election, because previously Tesla was kind of at that 250 or 230 to that 270 mark before. So I think we're just back at the range that we were at before. And that's kind of why we bottomed out. I think we bottomed out like 217. So just keep 217 on your radar. If you fall below that, you can load up even more. But I think below 200 we might get, but the chances right now is kind of slim. It's just going to be luck. But with that being said, Tesla remains a pioneer in electric vehicles and renewable energy. Their renewable energy is insane. I'm not even going to lie, with strong brand loyalty and innovation. Its stock often reacts positively to production updates or Elon Musk ambition announcements. That being said, I think Trump tried to help him out, do a little shout out on the White House property. It didn't really do so well, but a lot of people are showing hate, but we also have a lot of people showing love. But it was founded in 2003 in Texas. Market cap is around 700 billion, a recent estimate. Focuses on EVs, energy storage, and solar energy. Recent highlight, they delivered 1.81 million vehicles in 2024 with plans to expand in China and India. And that is no cap. They're actually going to be expanding in China and India. But with that being said, like I said before, Tesla is more than an EV company. They're literally making robots that you can buy and clean your house, work for you. With that being said, you have the robots, you have renewable energy, which is like with the AI race, the energy is going to be more needed. You got SpaceX. They recently saved astronauts that were stuck for over a year, and they have their internet service, Starlink. So honestly, just keep this in mind. We do have SpaceX gonna maybe become publicly traded. So that's gonna be a whole nother stock that Elon Musk runs. But right now, I think you can invest in to Tesla, bullish and bearish side. So bullish side, EV demand, global shift to clean energy continues to favor Tesla's market position. With that being said, okay, the trade-ins have been the most ever seen, okay, for EV or Teslas overall. So keep that in mind. And with this saying that the demands is basically the EV demand is strong. Okay, so just imagine this, right? The EV demands have been coming higher. Other companies have been selling more, but Teslas have been selling less. So with all this hate, people aren't really going to be buying Teslas and they're be trading in their Teslas. So keep that in mind. With that one, we kind of have bullish and bearish demand on that one. But innovation, basically, advance in battery tech and autonomous driving could boost investors' confidence. Okay, that can too, but we just seen, a car charge in 5 minutes. I'm gonna be honest, I'd rather buy a car that has, maybe 200 miles, but it can charge in 5 minutes than a car with 600 miles, if you really think about it on paper. So, I mean, maybe not 200, but like if it has like 300 miles, I'd rather go for the 300 mile car, but I can charge it in 5 minutes than a 600-mile car, if you really think about it for road trips and stuff like that. Honestly, man, this 5 minute charging, if Tesla can get that, it'll be insane because, I mean, if you think about like a road trip or something, you plug it in 5 minutes, you're going in, you can get an energy drink and come back, your car is charged, But with that being said, production growth, recent reports suggest Tesla is ramping up outputs at its gigafactories. So that is true. They are kind of ramping out their, I think they want to do like 2 times the amount of Teslas that they've been making within the next 2 years. Bear side, so competition. So BYD, I think BYD is the one with the 5 minute charging. You have Rivian, I mean, they're doing pretty decent, but their stock recently crashed a little bit. And legacy automakers could pressure margins. So, I mean, you got people like, Mazda and stuff like that making EVs, and a lot of people are buying those more. Elon Musk factor, so his unpredictable behavior basically, and just everything that's going on. Everybody, I mean, just look at the pictures, like everybody's hating on Tesla right now, so it is going to be pretty bearish because of that. So yeah, with that being said, next one is Palantir. Okay, Palantir is honestly dope. If you guys don't know what that is, they're basically a data analyst and AI solutions, and they're getting traction with government and commercial clients. So they have a big contracts with the government. And with that being said, the government contracts last like forever. Not really forever, like 5-10 years. They have long contracts. And then clients too. And the way that their business is kind of set up is that they help out their clients. They kind of train a person on how to run it and how to build the AI for their overall, like whatever they need. And then they send that person back to the shop and then they can basically run it. With that being said, they do a lot of things, just anything with AI, they basically build for you. And they love their customers and they love what they output, and they output great things. With that being said, its recent contract wins and basically private sector businesses suggest strong growth potential. Founded in 03, in Colorado, 600 billion recent estimate, which is pretty low. I'm not even gonna lie. So they have a lot of room to move. Big data analysts, AI, government, and some software for companies. And recent highlights, the Q4 revenue grew 32% to 608 million, with commercial revenue up 44%, which is great to hear. Bullish side, so contract, they're just making a lot of contracts, basically multi-year deals with the US government, like I said before, and just showing that they have revenue stability. AI adoption. So it's AI platform, AIP, is seeing increased uptick and profitability. They're just having consistent profits with their contracts, basically. Bear side, so trading at a premium compares to peers, leaving little room for error. So basically, as you guys know, Palantir has been up for a while, except for this recent market sell-off to say. But with that being said, one bad move or one bad news article can really bring the stock down, as we've seen recently with the government spending kind of going down. But if you really think about it, if you look at how Palantir is really helping out the military needs Palantir now. Like Palantir is engraved, basically. So reliance on government, heavy dependence on public sector contracts could be risky if budgets tighten. So like I said before, they kind of cut the budget a little bit, but it's really not going to affect it too much. In competition, they're kind of having pressure from Snowflake, Databricks, and other analyst firms. That being said, next one is Amazon. Okay. I mean, if you guys don't know what Amazon is, it is honestly insane. But you guys may only know them from the e-commerce, so buying things online, getting it the next day. But they're way bigger. So cloud computing and advertising. They're kind of almost overtaking Google with advertising, because Google's kind of, I'm not even gonna lie, Google's getting taken over by AI. You can ask ChatGPT for a question and then they'll give you the whole thing right there. Google, you got to like type it in, look at certain like websites and stuff like that. I mean, Google's still going to be great. Google's still going to be used. You got YouTube, like nobody's going to get off YouTube. You guys are watching YouTube right now. But with that being said, Amazon is great. So they were founded in 1994, Seattle, Washington, 1.8 trillion, e-commerce, cloud computing, AI, and entertainment. And their AWS generated $224.2 billion in quarter four. Revenue is up 13% year over year. With that being said, bullish side, AWS growth, Amazon Web Services remain a leader in cloud computing, benefiting from digital transformation trends. E-commerce strength, I mean, everybody uses Amazon, so I ain't even got to look at that. Ad revenue, expanding advertisement, businessing, kind of adds high margin revenue stream. So bear side, so economic slowdown, as we've seen before. I mean, honestly, right now, we're kind of seeing a little bit more. I think people are like 60 days behind on their car payments. It's like, it's at its record high right now, so people might not be spending too much, but reduced consumer spending could hit e-commerce sales, so it can hit the sales and kind of bring it down. Some risk, so antitrust basically in the US and Europe poses a long-term threat. Margin pressure, rising logistics costs might squeeze profitability. Next one is ExxonMobil. Honestly, I mean, if you get gas, you might as well invest into a gas company, because gas is probably always going to be needed. If you drive an EV, the power, the energy for the EV, you still need gas for it. You still need oil. So keep that in mind. But their major energy player, ExxonMobil, benefits from stable oil prices and its integrated business model, upstream, midstream, and downstream. And it's just a great stock, and they have dividends. Yeah, you get paid to buy this, so if you buy this in the next 45 days, you hold it, you're going to get dividends. And I mean, if the stock goes up, you're going to go up too. Founded in 1999 in Texas, 450 billion, oil and gas exploration, refining, and chemicals. Basically, bullish side, oil prices. So basically, oil prices are kind of coming up a little bit, and they can, like with energy prices elevating, this stock is going to elevate too. Dividend yield offers a reliable 3.5% yield. So it is going to be very, very appealing to people trying to, make a passive income on stocks. Cost discipline, so strong cash flow and operational efficiency, kind of shows its financial health is great. Bear side, so renewable shift, so long-term transition to clean energy could reduce oil demand. So as you guys can see with EVs and just being cleaner is going to bring down oil demand, and the stock can go down with that. Volatility, sudden drops in oil prices due to oversupply or economic downturns could hurt this stock. But I mean, it's always going to go back up. Yeah, you guys refill your car, right? Environmental pressure, so ESG, environmental, social governance concerns may deter some investors. With that being said, some bonuses. So Microsoft is great. Microsoft is investing in quantum computing through its quantum platform, aiming to make quantum technology accessible via cloud. So they're going into, more quantum computing and AI, and just Microsoft overall is just something great. They also have cloud too, so keep that in mind. Another one is Meta. Meta looks strong thanks to AI-driven ad growth. Resilience revenue from a 3 billion plus user base, and just metaverse, Quest VR, and just everything that they're doing. You guys use Instagram, you guys use Facebook. Meta's great, and they have their own AI coming out. So I mean, Meta's just a great long-term stock. But investing in companies can be very risky, so please do your own research. Some risk if you guys want to screenshot it. But check out our Discord, smash the like button, subscribe if you guys are new. If you guys have any questions on any of these stocks or any stocks that I didn't list, you guys can just comment it down below. I make a market outlook video every single day, even on Saturdays. So if you guys want to go watch those, you guys can have those post notifications on so you guys never miss out. I'll give you guys all the news, some supports and resistance, and everything that you need to know about markets, and even some plays that can make you a bunch of money. Thanks for watching. Smash the like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and peace out.